Palmer. Yeah.
How's it going, folks? Welcome on into the Golf Boys podcast. I'm your host today, Cameron Seibert, alongside my partner here, Alex Levitt. Got a big week in golf, the Masters, and oh my goodness, is it set to be one for the record books here?
Oh man, I'm so pumped up, Cam. I cannot wait. We're doing it on video today. We're watching, as you can see, the par 3 contest over there because we're just head to toe Masters, folks. We're start to finish A to Z Masters this week.
It's so exciting. I don't think there's been a Masters, there's been a golf tournament ever that I can remember that I've been as excited for than this one.
I can't remember a golf tournament that's been more talked about on shows like First Take or Undisputed than this one. I mean, they've been talking about this Masters for months. They've been talking about it every day this week. It's a sporting event. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if more people watch this than they did the National Championship game on Monday.
Oh, definitely. I mean, that was obviously known that Villanova was going to win too. But
given terrible matchup, terrible year for the Final Four, great Masters, great field. I mean, so many guys are just such good form right now.
That's the thing right now is there's just so many stories swirling around this tournament, and there's just so many different ways you can look at it. I mean, obviously there's Tiger. That's what everyone really wants to talk about and look at. And that probably is the biggest story leading up to it, but there's other stories too that people aren't talking about. Rory going for his career Grand Slam. Justin Rose seems to be a runner-up every year. You never know if he could break through finally this year and get it done there. And then if you look at the power rankings on PGAtour.com, every guy on the list of 20 guys has a chance to win the tournament. It's like, how am I supposed to make a pick? You got Bubba Watson obviously playing really well, and he's played so good there year in and year out. The course seems to just literally fit the way he plays, which honestly annoys me, but you know, you live with what you live with.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I kind of agree with that. I mean, like, Bubba's entertaining to watch. I mean, he kind of annoys me. Like, he definitely is not the guy that I'm, like, jumping out of my shoes when he wins. And, yeah, there definitely is something annoying about how good he is at Augusta. But I think it's just because he's a lefty. And Augusta National sets up so well for left-handed players. Because, yeah, you can land the ball so soft. Everybody else has to hit that draw, land it hard on those firm greens. Phil and Bubba, they just land it like a nice soft parachute. You know, like landing in Fortnite. Just
like landing in Fortnite, you said.
Just plop down on
I'm
the
trying
green.
to think. I think it's the 15th hole that, like, completely sets up for Bubba. Or, no, not 15, then it must be
13, the par 5 around the corner where he hit it over the trees.
Oh, yeah. Well, that doesn't set up for him, but that's probably why he was in those woods and had to hit that hook.
He had, well, I'm just thinking, when he won a couple years ago when he beat Jordan Spieth at 13, he just took it, which is the par 5 that bends to the left. You know, like 90 degrees 13. Around the corner. Yeah, 13. The last hole.
Oh, yeah. 13 is the hole that... It's pretty much... They should just rename it Bubba Watson.
Yeah, he takes it a freaking crazy line right over the trees.
Yeah. Tiger talked about that, too. Or I was watching... There's so much Tiger stuff, too. They're just trying to get everybody all juiced up, which... Obviously, why wouldn't you? That's the way the ratings are going to go up and everything like that. But in the video I saw, Tiger's talking about, like, the course and Amen Corner and whatever. He's, like, 13. So many guys have such a tough shot to hit there, but, like... For Bubba, it's just going straight up over the trees.
Went
with a
right
huge
over.
slice. And then he's pitting like a wedge in on a par 5 for his third shot.
Oh, it's insane. I mean, there was no... And I'll tell you, that week, because I was doing Jordan Spieth, it was his first Masters. And I thought he was going to win. I'm like, he's going to be the first guy since Tiger that's going to win in his first appearance. But nobody was beating Bubba that week. If Bubba plays well at Augusta at any given time, who's going to beat him?
That's a good question. So that's the thing. So Bubba's big talked about, and then for me right now, I'm thinking that if I'm not going to go with Tiger, I guess, I have to go with Rory. Just watching that Arnold Palmer. Wow, that's a guy. Who's that? Tony Finau.
It looks like Tony Finau, yeah.
He's running all the way
He's going to run all the way to the hole. Wow. That's amazing.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh,
my gosh.
Oh, crap.
What?
Oh.
Who is that?
Oh, that's disgusting.
Bro.
Wow.
Wait. Is he hurt?
I think he's okay. It is definitely Tony Finau.
For those confused, we are watching as Tony Finau holes out, runs all the way up the middle of the fairway to go get his ball, and then rolls his ankle stops, and honestly appeared to be injured for a second there. I literally just thought he broke his ankle.
Yeah, that was crazy. And look, our housemate's in here. He's about to replay it, so I guess we'll see that again. He was like started to backpedal up to the
That
green.
is scary.
He makes a hole in one, and then he's running. I think he's gonna run all the. Oh yeah, he starts to backpedal and starts to talk to his family, and then his ankle just slips out.
It
from
looks
under.
bad, honestly. What? He like popped it back in.
Oh yeah, he
That
gets
is
up.
craziness.
Oh, that was gross.
That's like what you were just saying. How this part 3 is like cursed. You don't want to win it. Apparently,
Right?
you don't even want to play in it at all because
Right?
you're just gonna
Oh.
roll your ankle.
Tiger didn't play in it.
Obviously, Tiger's not messing around. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Rory definitely seems to be, in my opinion, the favorite because if he hits the ball, I mean, obviously he's got that extra gear, but if he can roll the ball during any given week, he starts putting it well, he's just going to run away with it. You can't catch up to him because he's already got the power. He's already hitting short irons into par 5s and things like that. If he can start making those tough par putts and he makes those 10, 15-foot birdie putts, he's going to run away with the tournament like you saw on, at Bay Hill. No one could stop him. He blitzed right past the field and shot that 64.
What about the pressure on Rory for trying to complete the career Grand Slam? I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
do you
another
think
thing,
that
too.
do you think that that kind of weighs on him? You know, every time he shows up to Augusta, he's got to listen to people
Yeah.
asking about that.
And that 1 year he choked is obviously definitely in the back of his mind.
That too.
I think, yeah, that's definitely in his head, but I think you got to get past it if you want to. I mean, you need the career Grand Slam if you want to be talked about in the list of the greats right now.
You know, but like I don't want. And look, it's kind of funny. I used to not like Rory, but like I like Rory these
I
days.
like Rory,
It's Rory is, you know, I don't want him to end up like Phil. I don't want him to end up like Phil is with the U.S. Open, where he needs one major and
he
just
just
has
can't.
all these second
That's so
place
true.
finished,
I feel
6
like
runner-ups
it
or
could become
whatever.
that too, which would not be good for him. It'd be very scary.
Yeah, to me, the longer you wait, like the more likely it is that you're gonna get stuck.
Yeah.
Like he better just kind of
Sooner
win
the
it
better,
soon.
just
Get
get
it out of the way.
Uh,
What do you think about Dustin? I mean, last year Dustin he came in here off 3 straight wins, and like I thought he was gonna run away with it.
Yeah.
He obviously hurts himself in a freak accident right before.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm feeling like he's not coming in quite as hot this year, but
At the same
as
time.
far as he can hit the ball, I mean, he's the best player in this field. He's the world #1 for a reason. If he's not there on the weekend, it's only because of how Dustin played. I mean, I think Dustin's going to be right there.
And it's one of those tournaments that everybody is at their absolute best. You don't go there to just play and to just make a cut. You go there to win. And you go there to prepare. Everybody is so prepared, too. I think Dustin, obviously, having that happen to him last year, obviously pissed him off. And now this year he's definitely going to go in there with a chip on his shoulder. Be trying to win the thing. I think he's got a tied 6th in 2015 and a tied 4th in 2016. So that shows you there that he can play there. I think you definitely got to watch out for Dustin, and I mean, there's a lot of guys you got to watch out for right now too. Phil Mickelson, everybody's saying that's adding so much excitement to the tournament because it is. I mean, he's playing good right now, and when he's playing good, that obviously has excitement. But when Tiger is playing good, that is excitement. The both of them together, it's like an explosion of excitement. Everybody is so ready for this tournament, including myself. It's very exciting. But so yeah, going back to Justin Rose, I mean, what are your opinions on Justin Rose? I feel like he's always there at the end, and then he just like loses in a playoff or something screws him over, and then he doesn't end up winning the tournament or even making it into the playoff.
Yeah, Justin Rose, I mean, there's a group of about 8 guys. I mean, there are 8 guys that are at least 15-1 favorites or better to win this tournament, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Right on the edge there is Justin Rose.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason is because he played well here last year, lost in the playoff, obviously, but it didn't have to end that way. He's won a major. Obviously, he won the U.S. Open, so he knows how to get it done.
Yeah.
And just the fact that he is one of the most determined players that's out there. You do not want to be playing against Justin Rose in a head-to-head situation because he's just stealing. I think everybody watching last year wanted Sergio to win, but expected Rose to win. There's a reason they expected Rose to win. I think that's why they've got him right up there.
To win. Last year, I expected Rose to win.
Same.
That leads me into another storyline that's being talked about a lot too. You think Sergio has any chance of repeating, or?
No, I really
I'd have
don't.
to say no because I didn't think he would ever win in the first place.
Yeah,
I think I've talked about it on a recent show, but I'll say it again here. I have a buddy back home named Zach. Doesn't know much about golf, and obviously me knowing a good amount. We were sitting in high school and thinking about making a petty bet, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll make a bet with you, whatever." I'm like, "All right, this guy Sergio Garcia literally chokes every single time he's in contention. Always chokes, biggest choke artist on tour. I'm willing to bet you that anybody besides him will win, and you have to give me. I'm not gonna say the chosen amount. And if Sergio wins, I have to give him a bigger amount. Of course, Sergio Garcia wins. This kid knows nothing about golf. Probably didn't even watch him win.
You should have just made that
Comes into
bet
school
any
the next
time
week.
in the last 15 years, except for that.
No shit, right? That's what I'm saying. That's why I was so stunned and so pissed. But so yeah, I don't really think he has a chance of repeating. Obviously, we haven't jumped the elephant in the room, which is Tiger talk. We can get to that at any time. But I wanted to go through this list of sleepers and see who you would pick as your main sleeper pick.
A list of sleepers.
Yeah. You pick one of these names.
Sure.
All right.
Go ahead.
So we got Pat Perez, Brendan Steele, Bryson DeChambeau, Jimmy Walker, Patrick Cantlay, Kyle Stanley, Matthew Fitzpatrick, and Cameron Smith.
Yeah, a bunch of guys, mostly in their 30s right there. Pat Perez kind of has had a revival, but if I got to pick anybody from that list, I love DeChambeau. I mean, at times he gets annoying sometimes, gets on my nerves with his little act, but Brendan Steele is the most solid player in that group. Kyle Stanley's probably the second most solid player in that group. Matt Fitzpatrick and Bryson DeChambeau will have their time. Pat Perez, it's a great story, the fact that he's on a comeback, plus he's a SoCal guy, Arizona State as well. Love that. Cameron Smith, playing abroad and then coming over, so that was pretty cool. He's a good story, but Brendan Steele's won tour events before. He's won the Byron Nelson. He's won big events. Kyle Stanley, less good resume, but if I got to pick a second guy, I pick him.
So your first was who again?
Brendan Steele.
Yeah, Brendan Steele. That's probably what I would go with too. I was looking at Brendan Steele and Jimmy Walker. First.
Jimmy Walker, I'm just feeling like...
It doesn't seem like his time.
No, I don't know. I don't know if he's a multiple major kind of guy.
Yeah. Okay, so do you want to talk Tiger now?
Sure.
I have a couple things to talk about involving Tiger.
Where do you want to go in talking Tiger?
I mean, do you really think he's going to win?
Do I really think he's going to win?
Do you think he's going to win, or do you think he can win? I think
he can win.
I think he
I don't
can
know.
win. I don't know if he will.
I don't know if I'm dumb enough to pick him, or enough of a sucker to pick him.
Yeah.
But it's hard to pick against him.
It's hard to bet against him.
Yeah, it's
so
hard
to
pick against that
That's
guy.
so exciting.
You know
That's
why?
like the thing too. Like recently, like with all this stuff with Justin Thomas and him kicking people out, like the Barstool guys started. Well, golf shouldn't be.
We talked about that on our last show for sure.
Everybody's rooting for everybody to win. Like no one's rooting against each other and stuff like that. And it's like, but when you bring Tiger into the topic, I feel like who's rooting against Tiger? That's like.
Plenty of people are rooting against Tiger.
I feel like everybody wants him to win, like there and even at home. People are only watching because they want Tiger to win and they want to see him win. No one's like,
but why do they
Tiger's
want him
back.
to win?
I can't wait to go watch and hope he loses.
Why do they want him to win though?
Because
to prove
he's
the
the
haters
best ever.
wrong.
That and
if he
because
didn't have haters,
you want to
people
see,
wouldn't want
you
him
want
to
to
win.
see history. You want to watch history be made, and that's
of course
what
you
it would
want to
be.
watch history be made, but you also want to see Tiger prove the haters wrong.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
I mean,
that's all part of it.
For me,
you want to see him come back. You want to see the Phoenix rise from the ashes.
Oh yeah,
which he is.
But you got to admit that he was at the ashes. So I feel like that's why people criticize him. But man, Tiger, if he can be there on the 10th hole on Sunday, if he is within 4 or 5 shots of the lead, can you imagine?
3 or 4.
Okay, fair enough. But hell, you don't think Twitter?
Maybe
you don't
4 or
think
5.
Twitter still is gonna give him a chance, even if he's 5 back?
Let's see if Tony Finau really just broke his leg. If he can still swing.
He's still playing. He's finishing.
Dude, like, did that not look like almost like a gruesome injury? Like we
It
just
did,
witnessed
it
at the
did,
par
but
3 contest. Why would you run up?
He looks
That
like
was
he's okay.
foolish. If his agent or whoever is there, I guarantee they're pissed. Ooh, those like that. See, that ball is gonna keep moving.
They keep the par 3 contest greens supposedly are just as fast as the regular greens.
Yeah,
but they have even more slope, which is that I guess makes them even tougher.
Every hole in one you see in this is like it doesn't start anywhere near the hole. Okay, so what do you think is the most important thing Tiger has to do to win?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen if Tiger is going to win this tournament or if Tiger is not going to win this tournament.
It's got to be the driver, right?
So, yes, it goes back to the driver. If Tiger wins this tournament, he's going to play at least 10 under par on the par 5s, and he is going to play even par or better on holes 7 and 11 this week.
Why? What's 7 and
Because since he won his
20.
4 Masters, they lengthened holes 7 and 11,
Mhm.
and he was cum under par on those holes before the renovation. And since then, he's like plus 10. And it's you look how many Masters he's lost by like 1 or 2 shots. Those holes are costing him.
Yeah.
The par 5s is just because you're going to have to play that way on the par 5s to win this tournament.
Another
No
thing,
matter
though,
who wins, you're going to have to play well on
do
the
we
par
go
5s.
through and count? I mean, how many drivers is he going to even have to hit? What holes doesn't he have to hit driver on?
You're going to have to hit driver on a lot of holes.
Yeah,
I
a
mean,
lot of holes, I guess.
they've made this course so long.
So long. Yeah, so I mean, obviously, when you look at everything in his game, it's always the driver. That's always the talking point. So I guess if you say what's the most important thing, it's going to be the driver. But at the same time, I think it's putting too, because I feel like he can make up for his lack of power and accuracy off the tee. Not power, but accuracy off the tee with putting. I mean, when he's rolling the rock, he can be doing anything wrong. He doesn't even have to hit on the green necessarily. He can just putt it from the fringe, whatever he's got to do. Whenever he's putting well, I feel like that's when he's the most dangerous. So that probably to me is the most important thing.
His short game and putting has been really good
So
this
good.
year. I mean, I totally agree with you. Definitely gonna have to watch the driver, and
But yeah, the driver.
that's what gets him in trouble on
It
those
is.
holes.
That's why he got out of
7 and
position.
11 because they're just so narrow. Go in the trees. You go in the trees at Augusta National, you're probably gonna make a bogey.
Hmm.
I mean, you just are.
Oh yeah, no.
You're
Yeah.
probably gonna make
Unless like you're Bubba Watson, you can hook it 60 yards. But
and there's a lot of trees.
Yeah.
So
okay.
good luck.
So I mean, we're talking about just the overall aroma around the tournament right now and everything. So, what would you say? What does this do for the tournament overall? Like Tiger playing in it, and doesn't it feel like the biggest major or even tournament in a decade? Just because Tiger is back. Absolutely right.
Yeah, I think what does Tiger do? Well, he's being shown right now on ESPN. I mean, you saw his footage the other day from his practice round, right? On Monday,
Yeah,
where he holed out for eagle. There's a gallery 20 people deep giving like a Sunday roar
Yeah, literally.
for Tiger on a Monday chipping in. It's pretty
just
wild.
nuts.
Really what it does is it makes golf relevant because, like, and I've said this before, what I really miss about golf is the fact that whenever Tiger or Phil was doing well, the sport became a sport.
That's
It
what I
didn't
mean.
become a niche. And it's been a niche here a little bit for the last few years
Yeah.
without that star power. Right now, the eyes of the sports world are on golf.
And I think your common golfers and your people who play a lot and care about the game, consider it a lifestyle, know that without Tiger on tour, there's plenty of firepower out there with these young guys and
Yeah.
everybody who's playing good right now. So it's like for us, it's like, oh, like this is just the PGA Tour. It's honestly looking good right now. There's
Yeah.
a lot of promise.
Twice as many
But-
people watch, though, when he shows up.
That's the thing. For people who don't watch golf commonly and don't consider it a lifestyle, you see Tigers playing and I'm going to watch now because Tiger, whatever, I'm going to watch. And it grows the game that much more because it turns, those are the people you need to watch the game because those are the people who are like, oh, I'm watching this and it's exciting me so much that I'm going to now decide to pick up clubs and go out and play myself. That's why he has such an impact, I feel like, on the game when he comes back because it's not just everybody, it's the non-common golfers who get excited about it, and that's who you're trying to draw in, trying to grow the game. People
Yeah.
who aren't already.
And he also
He's a
just
golfer.
isn't an ordinary player. Like, somehow,
Yeah, because he's black and Asian.
yeah, that's not... Okay, you can go right
mean,
down that road.
But that really is one. Is that not what you meant?
No, that's absolutely not what I mean, as a player, he brings a level of drama that nobody else can match.
Just because he's won 14 majors and
Yeah,
he's
but
chasing
also
history.
just insane things seem to happen
That's
to him.
true.
Like, people, when you watch a tournament that he's playing in, you're watching because you expect that at
Like,
any moment
unthinkable, yeah.
something impossible is going to happen.
You're right. He makes 80-foot putts and
Yeah, like think about the
50-foot
putt he
putts
made
and-
on the 17th at Valspar
yeah,
when he was down by 2,
yeah,
and he's 50 feet past the hole. The tournament's over.
pours it in.
You know, the last hole is going to be non-dramatic.
Shots he's hit at the Masters. I don't
He
know.
made it dramatic by
What
pouring in
hole-
that putt.
He hit that huge hook around the trees and did the thing where he ran out. I don't know. What
Oh
hole it
yeah,
is, but
yeah,
that's
yeah. I've
classic
seen
of
that
the
clip.
Masters, too.
That's a
Classic Masters moment.
ridiculous.
All right, I mean, to delve even deeper into the topic of Tiger Woods, this is like a hypothetical type thing. I was honestly watching. What's the guy's name from the show with his dad's on it? Highly questionable.
Oh, Dan Lebitard.
Dan Lebitard was on ESPN something. I was watching a clip, and he brings up this. Honestly, I thought it was a very interesting theory that if Tiger Woods never made mistakes and never had his career go down the wrong path, which it did, and things stayed fine, and he won 19 majors, would that be as impressive and as marveled at and as heroic and historic as if he were to do what he did and make the mistakes, have his career go from top to bottom, have to apologize publicly, have all these physical problems, drug problems, and
Yeah.
marriage problems, only to return from all of it,
Might be having another marriage problem right now.
only to return from all those
You haven't
things,
seen.
and then in this instance come right back to it seems like he's right back at the top of the world in such a small amount of time. Do you think that winning this Masters tournament for a comeback to make his 15th would be bigger of a story than if he had just won 19 majors?
Yeah, it would be a bigger
I think so,
story.
too.
I don't know if it would be a better accomplishment, but I think it would be a better story, a bigger story for sure.
But I mean, I think people are more interested in it now because it's a comeback and everybody wants to see a comeback and all this.
Well, it's different because the old Tiger was sort of the personification of perfection.
Mm-hmm. And
Where
you're right. Now
He was
yes.
born, bred, and raised to break that record,
Yeah.
steadily moved towards that record, broke that record, and it was just the perfect script.
It felt like nobody could relate to him.
Yeah, it was a perfect script. Well, yeah, from Tiger's perspective, yeah, he also was unrelatable. But that's what it would have been. This is a different script. This is a bigger story because of the fact that it's not perfect. As an athletic achievement, no, it's obviously not.
No,
it's
that's
not
not-
the same.
yeah.
And obviously, Tiger's not going to get back his perfect 54-hole major record or his. By the way, he still has missed less cuts in his career than Jordan Spieth, which is amazing. But he's. but
yeah, he never missed a cut.
he's missed 18 in his career, and Jordan's missed 19.
That's
But
nuts.
I know that's pretty crazy. But yeah, this is a different story. This is a story of. This is a more American story. That's why it's going to be a bigger one.
It just
because
made him
it's a
more
comeback.
relatable. Everybody
Yeah.
can connect with him now, and he's
Divorce,
kind of feel like they're on the
pills.
same level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are things that everybody can relate to.
Yeah, so I definitely would say that the way he's doing it this way makes it, I like to think, the greatest sports story of all time.
Well, Tiger as a whole might
If
be the
he-
greatest sports story of all time. His
That's
whole
what I mean.
career, from start to finish.
So, yeah, I'm thinking that it makes it
I mean,
the
look, I
greatest
was
sports
raised
story.
on the drama, so I'm a little bit biased, and I think you
I am
probably
too.
were too.
I am
So I think we're a little bit biased there, but that's okay. I think it's the greatest.
Okay, and then I foreshadowed it a little bit, but would you say that this tournament right now is the biggest moment in golf in this decade?
Yeah,
I would say
I
so.
think so. I think
I
this is the
can't
biggest
remember.
moment.
Obviously, every year in and year out, it comes to April, the first week of April, and you're
Mm.
so amped, and you're like, oh man, this is the greatest. Even like the kids who don't follow golf, I'm like, oh, the Masters week. They're like, oh, the Masters week. Oh, I might actually tune into Golf Channel for once in
Hey.
my life and all this stuff. But now this year, it's like, I don't even have to say that to them. They're like, oh, the Masters week. Ooh, do you think Tiger's gonna win? They want to hear what I think, and it's like, wow, like you actually care about golf for once. It's never been like this, and it's very exciting, definitely.
That Justin Rose Sergio playoff last year. My housemate who was just in the room here with us a little bit earlier, Mike, he is not a golf fan, doesn't care about golf, doesn't know anything about golf. Last year he was watching that playoff, and I wasn't actually here watching with him. I was watching with some buddies, and he's texting me the whole time. He's like, "Wow, this is actually very dramatic." Like, wow. But that's people just assume the Masters is going to be dramatic
Yeah.
because it just has that rep.
I would definitely agree. I mean,
But
just
You
feels
asked me
like
about
this year.
is it the biggest golf tournament this decade? Probably. I mean, Tiger was relevant for a little bit in the beginning of the decade, but I don't think there were any. He didn't win a major, and I don't think there were any majors as hyped as this. Probably it's the most hyped since his return from his affair back in 2010,
Mhm.
back which was the first event he played in this decade.
Mhm.
So, if you want to count that,
Yeah.
it's a long time ago though. It's a big fucking event.
Oh, I definitely think it's the biggest event because I just can't remember a time where there was this much excitement and commotion around it. And I just obviously Tiger moved back and just playing. It's not even like he's just like because when he came back in 2013 and played and it was like exciting, like everyone was talking about it, but he wasn't playing the way he's playing leading into it right now, and there wasn't as much of an expectation like there is now.
Well, there wasn't outside the golf world. I think inside the golf world there was because he was good. I mean, he was world number one again.
Yeah.
He won. I think he's still. That might have just been. I think he's been overtaken by Dustin now, Dustin Johnson. But for a while there, Tiger had still won the most events in the 2010s until last season, just because of those 2 years. So you can easily overlook it.
They're literally just nuts. Okay, so you want to make some picks or what? What do you think this?
Sure.
Why don't we make a non-Tiger pick?
Yeah, let's go how about like an A flight, a B flight, and a C flight. So, want to look at my computer here? I got the odds up. So let's go anybody 50 to 1 or worse, 50 to 20, and then the favorites, which are the 8 guys that are 15 to 1 or better, which is the most guys in a long time that have ever been 15 to 1 or better to win the Masters.
All right.
So let's go a 50 plus pick. I'm going to say Louis Oosthuizen because he should have won this tournament a bunch of times, came close, he's won a major.
That's a bold pick.
I'm going to go Louis. He's also down there near the bottom. Here's some of the best odds. So that kind of helps. That kind of helps.
Almost the 50 to 1.
Yeah.
I think I'm tempted to pick Ian Poulter just because I don't know, but no, I actually don't like Ian Poulter. I think I do, but I don't. I'll pick Thomas Peters as my C flight.
The Belgian bomber.
I think he picked up some tips from
Actually,
Tigger on Monday and
my bad. He's not the Belgian bomber. That's Cole Starts. Thomas Peters is.
He's Belgian too.
Is he also Belgian? Okay, so he's
German,
he's one of those. He's one of those.
So yeah, I'll pick him just because he was playing with the veterans earlier this week, and Fred Couples obviously told them what's good. He said it's just the putt you need to make on this hole, and this is where you need it on this hole. He said, "Thank you, sir. I'll use your smarts, and I'll take my young physical talents, and I'll put it to action."
Do you see Tiger played with that guy from Brockton?
Wait, is that guy? Yeah,
the Mid-Am.
I am working at Thorny Lee this summer.
Does he play out of Thorny Lee?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Do you know that guy?
I'm working there this summer.
You better meet that guy.
I'm gonna meet that guy.
Tell me. You better get him on the podcast.
Yeah. Wait.
For
So
a
Tiger played with that guy?
post-podcast edition. What's up?
Tiger played with him.
The guy who qualified.
Yeah.
He played with him in a practice round.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I think so. Either Tuesday or Monday.
That's nuts. Why? Why did you choose him?
Because I think he heard about the story. Because it's been all over SportsCenter and whatever. Oh, this firefighter and.
Yeah, he's a firefighter and stuff. Yeah, I need to learn more about that guy. I need to.
Yeah, it's been one of the big there's somebody at every major who's like the backstory guy.
Yeah, like the 14-year-old.
Yeah, he's that guy.
Yeah.
So Tiger.
Imagine if he won. Oh man, there's a hole in one. Who's that? No, it's a caddy. That's crazy. I feel like I've never seen that. Who's caddy?
Oh, it's Jack Nicklaus.
Oh, is his son?
Is it his son?
It's a good chance it's his son.
Maybe his grandson.
His grandson or whatever it is.
Looks like his
grandson.
Not his He looks like he's about 18.
That's crazy.
But it also looks like he's built to play football. You know Jack Nicklaus' other grandson is Nick O'Leary, the tight end?
From I don't know what team that I don't
Went to Florida State.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yep.
He said, come here. It's going in. Watch this.
That's why Jack Nicklaus was at the Rose Bowl when Jameis Winston and Nick O'Leary #1.
That's cool. I've never seen a caddy make a hole-in-one.
Yeah, that was...
They counted for Jack?
Definitely unique. No, because... Remember
what do they do with the score?
He brings him on so that he throws out his score so that he doesn't win.
But, what, so this...
If somebody else hits a shot for you, your score doesn't count.
On the hole, or...
No, on the whole tournament.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
so,
crazy.
That's why, like I said earlier, like, when Phil was going to win this a few years ago...
Yeah,
he like, had his daughter come on and, like, putt just so that he could get no score and not win.
Wow, that was crazy. Now I forget. Okay, so a couple more picks. You want me to?
Yeah, a little. Here? Well, we were doing some 50 plus. I mean, Adam Scott at 66 to 1. I mean, he's a Masters champion.
He should be higher than that, but so is John Rahm in the second level or is he in the first level?
John Rahm is at 25, so he's in our B flight.
Where's Ricky on there?
So our B flight is 20 to 1 to 50 to 1. That includes Fleetwood, Reed, Kuchar, Stenson, Noren. Most of the guys you want to pick: Noren, Garcia, Hideki, Ricky, Casey, Rahm, Day. That's the group.
I would go with either Henrik Stenson or John Rahm. I feel like Henrik Stenson's always playing good. He just ball strikes so well.
Henrik Stenson, I feel like if he could get a Masters on his resume, that would really make his resume look good. Two
Yeah,
majors of players, some WGCs.
Yeah, and he's a great player. He doesn't have a lot of time left too. I think he has a lot of physical problems like his back and stuff like that.
Yeah, and he's getting up there. I mean, Stenson.
He's only like 40.
Yeah, but I mean, in golf, he's like a Tiger 40, not like a Phil 40
Yeah.
or a VJ 40.
Although
Like some guys are old at 40, some guys are young.
Tiger's swinging faster now than he ever has.
Yeah, I mean,
So
other than this little blip at 40.
Imagine if
Tiger at 40 generally has not been that guy.
I hope he ages backwards like Tom Brady or something.
I hope.
That would
He
be
says
so
he's
cool.
doing like the Tom Brady thing,
Yeah.
training less with weights and stuff. And he says he's trying to get Rory to train less with weights. Because
Rory. Yeah, because you want to be flexible. You
Yeah.
don't wanna be, your muscles getting in your way.
yeah, I hope
You
he
want core
just
strength.
tells Rory don't jog 7 miles in combat boots. Might not be a good
Yeah.
idea.
Although that was working for Tiger pretty well, wasn't it?
Until he tore up his knee.
Until he tore up his knee, but that was because of his swing.
Okay, if you don't want to believe it was from the combat training, then that's your prerogative.
Or maybe it was from steroids deteriorating his body.
Okay, I don't like to believe that one. I like to.
You don't believe he did any steroids?
No, and I don't think it matters even if he did because it's golf. I think Gary Player thinks
you're
that
right.
Tiger was on steroids because he said it a lot of times.
Well, Gary Player is usually right about a lot of things.
True, but
I don't know. I feel like he also got buff fast. Like for a while,
did.
he
He
wasn't
went from
that
a
buff,
stick.
and then he was just boom.
a lot of people said that if he stayed a stick, that he would have easily broken the record. Like if he stayed in like his 2000 body,
Yeah.
and he didn't. But like I don't think he did steroids to bulk up. If
He
he
just
did,
worked out.
because like he was still pretty lean. It's not. He was never huge.
I mean, yeah. There's no way of knowing. I don't know.
I don't know.
I have in my mind been like, oh, maybe he did do steroids, but at the same time, I've been like, no, he probably didn't. So you go
Maybe
either
he
way.
did, but
You
like,
never know. Maybe he
I
did a
don't
little
know.
bit, not a lot, but
We might have heard that. We might have heard that story from one of his mistresses. Been like, this dude,
yeah, I saw some
he
steroids.
can't get it. Yeah, I think they would know if he was doing steroids.
Yeah, I feel like those
Steroids.
mistresses need to like come out more. Like Bill Cosby had like everybody that was against him like come out and give the whole story.
Well,
like,
we don't want that
I
because
do.
that's because Bill Cosby like actually like did criminal things to those people. So
Yeah.
we had to hear.
still, I want to hear.
I don't
about-
want to necessarily want to hear these things just to embarrass Tiger, because then they make him maybe look like.
I just
he's
want to
in
learn more about what happened
a- Well, true.
and how it happened.
Yeah, what I really think happened is he just lost his head because his dad was the only friend he had in the world. But
Yeah, you take a lot of the Tiger favored approaches here. You're like Tiger's
I know
social
little.
media person.
Yeah, believe me, I know. What's up?
You're like Tiger's public person, public
Me?
relations.
I'm everything I've just said. I got from that article from. Remember the article that had all that stuff in it
No,
about like where he was supposedly stiff the soldiers a tip or whatever. That whole thing.
no, I don't know anything about that. To be honest with you, but I assume I probably would know
It's
something.
the article where like the
I saw
combat boot stuff came out.
Oh
years
yeah,
ago.
not Hank Haney's book though.
No,
wanna
no.
read that.
Oh no, I don't really believe half this because Hank Haney,
Got screwed
Oh.
over by him.
he did, but he always. What do you think about Hank Haney?
I mean, I don't know a whole lot about him. I think he seems like a pretty good guy. He obviously knows stuff about the swings. I watched more Hank Haney when he was doing the Charles Barkley and Michael Phelps stuff when he was
Yeah,
teaching
the
them.
Haney Project.
Yeah, the Haney Project. I watched more of that than I did with anything involving Tiger. But I need to read that book, I guess.
But do you think that, like, he was taking, he took advantage of his close contact with Tiger for that stuff?
What, to like write the book and stuff? To
Yeah,
make money off
because
that?
that book is what led to the. Because I think everybody accepts kind of the stuff in the Haney book with a little bit of a grain of salt. Because then the real reporters went in and did the, kind of found out which of the stuff was true and which of it was not.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I feel like Haney profited in a way off of Tiger's downfall
Yeah, he
by
did.
like
No, he
almost
did.
writing a biography of him when
But
he knew
so many
nothing
people
about
do
him.
that, and you can't really like blame them. Like, I don't know. I feel like maybe I would have done the same thing if if I got screwed over too, I feel like he'd be more.
Yeah, I don't know. I always felt like Tiger's involvement with Haney was a mistake. Like Haney
I
was
think so too.
Haney was like a TV swing analyst when Tiger came to him. Like I never thought it was smart for Tiger. I never thought Haney had his best interest. And I don't think he won tournaments with the Haney swing, but it also tore up his knee.
Yeah, the Haney swing wasn't very good for him.
Jokes.
Look at Jack Nicklaus putting. How is he still bending over so much?
I don't know. My dad putts just like Jack.
I guess he
Nicklaus.
can't
I always
really
tell him that he does. I'm like, you look.
stand up.
I'm like, you look like you're from like the 40s because you putt like that. And he's like, Jack Nicklaus putt like that, so I can putt like this.
I'd like to make a bold prediction right now. I think Tiger Woods will win a tournament, maybe not the Masters, after age 46.
That's probably true. I mean, look at the way he's playing now.
Well, is that even a record, or is it just that at the Masters that Jack Nicklaus did it at 46? Has anyone won a different major past 46?
So the record for majors is 48. I know that.
Oh, someone won it.
Julius Boros has that record. The
I
record
should-
for
I-
any
yeah,
tournament,
he
I
was
don't
so-
know. I think it's probably 50 plus. If I just had to guess.
I think Tiger's gonna win. Like, I don't know. You just want to think that Tiger's back and about to break the record and everything, but I feel like we're rambling. So,
Yeah,
how much time are we at? 35 minutes.
35 minutes. Do we think Tiger's gonna win a tournament this season?
100%. I think so.
I think so too. Chances to win the Masters. Where am I? So odds have him at.
Like, I think he might.
Okay,
win the
okay.
Masters.
Let's get back to the picks. Let's go the favorites. Phil, Justin, Bubba, Rory, Justin Thomas,
My
DJ,
non-Tiger
Tiger, or
pick is
Spieth.
Rory.
Besides Tiger.
Rory. I think that if his putter gets hot, that's the thing for Rory. If the putter's there, you know everything else will be.
I like Rory. Ah, man, I love Spieth. Spieth is my guy, but I really have a hard time picking against Rory.
That's
Just when he gets on all cylinders.
Spieth is a great pick too, though. He's always rolls it well.
But I'll tell you, I'm going to go with DJ.
DJ,
I'm going to go with DJ. After all,
the bounce back.
I really do feel like DJ is a guy based on karma.
That's true.
He won that U.S. Open the year after he
got
choked the U.S.
shafted,
Open.
Yeah,
He's going to win this Masters. And plus, Dustin Johnson should have already won the Masters.
yeah, he
To
should.
be
You're
honest.
right.
So, other than Tiger, definitely DJ.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I think it's Tiger. What if
If Tiger's walking down that fairway,
yeah, if Tiger
oh
wins,
my God!
if Tiger wins, it's like the most like, oh wow, that was bad. Gary Player said do it again. But if Tiger wins, that's like everybody expected him to win and he still went out and did it. I feel like that would be like the most talked about and like expected win that actually happened ever.
Oh
When has
yeah.
there ever been like, oh, like this guy's gonna win and like we are really really sure of it and like oh we really hope he does and then he just does. I feel like that never happens. Jordan Spieth almost did it when he almost went back to
The
back,
only
but
guy
then
who's
he
probably
choked.
ever done that is Tiger himself in the past.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Like, every time Tiger's playing good, people just say, "Oh,
Exactly.
Tiger's gonna win," then he does. So.
And then he does.
Not that hard to be right about that, but
Let
yeah,
me tell
I'd
you
say
one more
Rory
thing.
McIlroy.
One more thing. What I'm most interested to see about Tiger when he shows up tomorrow. I said he'll win this tournament if he plays 7 and 11 even par, and if he plays the par fives double digit under, or like maybe like 8 or 9 under. I'm also, if he steps up tomorrow in that first tee, because Tiger sucks at the first hole at Augusta. Every time he steps up there, he blows it in the trees, usually on the left. Not always, but usually. If he steps up to that first tee and he pipes it with it, because he's going to have to hit driver, and if he pipes it right over the bunker into the middle of the fairway, I'm telling you, he's going for an under par round, and he's going to factor. Like, that will mean he's feeling it.
I think I think the first 2 days mean a lot for him too. Obviously, he's gonna play good on the weekend and on Sunday if he needs to. He's got to get himself a good start Thursday and Friday.
Totally.
Who's he playing with? He's playing with.
He's gonna.
I saw it. I forget though.
He is gonna play with.
I can find it real quick. Is it worth it?
He's gonna play with Mark.
Mark
Leishman and
and
Tommy Fleetwood.
Tommy Fleetwood. Tommy Fleetwood's good too.
Mark Leishman is a guy who has a very surprisingly good Masters record.
Yeah.
If he play, I feel like if Tiger's group plays well, he'll probably kind of follow. If they're stagnant, we'll see. Could be. I wish Tiger was playing with Phil. That's really what I wish.
I know, and I hope he does Sunday. That would be so crazy. But do you think Leishman will be affected by the Tiger surge? with all the fans and stuff like that. I feel like he's not very used to that. Neither would Tommy Fleetwood be.
No, those
Those
guys.
guys might crush him under the pressure, but
Yeah, the Tiger Circus. The only thing is the Tiger Circus, the Masters. It's gonna be louder, but it's gonna be, I think, calmer.
yeah, calmer.
Like I don't think there'll be people running.
I think this
But
tournament.
actually,
is
I
so
know
cool.
there won't be people running.
Did you see the thing Phil said? Like he recognizes some of the patrons at this point and like remembers their faces and like just says like that's what makes this tournament so great for him and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know how much I believe that, but I think I do to an extent.
I would
the same
believe it.
people
I
are
feel like
sitting in the same seats
yeah,
year in
that's
year
the
out.
Masters. It's the same freaking people
That
every
must
year.
be so cool. He said like, yeah, you just recognize the people. That's sick.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get a report.
I know I am.
All right.
Did I say that on the show? I don't know. My brother's going. But
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't even know if
I'll
we're
definitely
on
have
there.
some like pictures and videos and stuff.
We'll definitely we'll talk next week.
Yeah, we will.
Probably Monday. Maybe maybe we'll do a live
have
show
some
during the
stories
thing.
or
Tigers in contention.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I feel like
But,
pictures and stuff don't do it justice though. Like only being there does it justice. And I from what I've heard, there's more undulation there than you think.
That's what everybody says.
Every
Everybody says
shot
that's
is like
the
not
first thing.
not level ground. Everything's above and below your feet. So I feel like that's something that you'd probably see more if you were there. Obviously,
Probably. I mean,
hopefully I go someday.
oh, definitely. That's the dream.
Alrighty, I think we should wrap it up. I'm rambling here for a little while. So from the Golf Boys here, leading into the Masters. Very excited. I'm Cam Seibert, and this is Alex Levitt. We're signing off for this week.
Peace out.